Which company is trying to take the stress out of moving to university? In this video, that's one of the things I talk about. Welcome back to another Warna Weekly, this time episode 6. If you've seen any of my past videos, you'll know that every week I talk about one popular brand or product, one phone habit, so something to do with social media or an app we're downloading, and one influencer doing well in their respective niche or industry. My aim is to help you to keep on top of the trends and know what's going on in the digital world based on what I read, what I watch, and what I talk about with my friends. But more importantly, last week we had A-level results come out, this Thursday we have GCSE results, so the theme for this video is back to school. For section 1 this week, I'm talking about a company or a brand called Dormify. It's a one-stop online shop for decorating your university room, and I came across it a couple of years ago when that's exactly what I was trying to do. But the great thing about it is it's both attainable and affordable, which is obviously incredibly important for us. But even though Dormify has been around for 6 years, it's actually growing crazy numbers now. And this year, revenue is projected to double. But what is the aim? What's the insight that's driving the company? We all know how stressful it can be to go to university, and Dormify wants to solve that problem. It wants to create a home away from a home and remove all the stress from the university moving in process. If you go onto their website, you'll see that they do sell products from their own suppliers, like desk accessories, like storage, but what really differentiates them is that they have their own line of products like bedding, and it's also worth noting that their private label products are their highest revenue margin products out there. But away from their e-commerce side, another big source of revenue and popularity is the experiential side, where they're moving into design services. They've opened up pop-ups called style studios where students can walk in or make an appointment, and then you get in there, you're served by stylists who will give you advice on how to decorate your room. But the biggest learning for them has been that the average value of the order from these pop-ups is much higher than online, so they're really trying to leverage that now, especially in back to school season. They push out content on Instagram like how to stuff your duvet, and they also post memes like this. So they're playing on the pain points and reminding us that it can be funny. They also use polls and giveaways, and they use their Instagram stories to go into further depth about the products they post on their main feed. Pinterest is obviously the dream platform for this kind of product, and it shows its boards like dorm inspiration, the essentials, what to do with your blank wall. Having said that, their biggest challenge is probably customer acquisition, because every year they're going to have a changing audience. Every year there's a new set of students coming in. So to help with this, they're using a referral program where previous customers will get credit per referral they make using a unique tracking code. Anyway, Dormify is great, and even though I can't use all the features from the UK, I'll definitely be looking there for inspiration when I move back to uni in September. For section 2 this week, I'm talking about an app called Goodly, which is still very much on the subject of being a student. Goodly is a new startup, it's a new app, so I don't know a huge amount about it. But the aim of the app is to help companies to introduce student loan repayments as an employee benefit. At the moment in the UK, students are coming out with an average of £50,000 worth of debt, and that's probably only going to continue to rise as tuition fees get put up. And although students are told that they won't have to pay back their loans until they hit a certain income threshold, and that a lot of it will be wiped off after 30 years, it's still an incredible mental burden, and that's why I think a company like Goodly is such a good idea. But it's not just for the students that it could be a great idea, it's also for the companies, because it means that they can attract the best type of talent when something like student debt will only become more and more of an important reason why someone has to pick or reject a job offer. And it might also help to balance out the underrepresented parts of the population. So all in all, it could lead to a more diverse talent pool. And how it works is that the employee will connect their student loan to Goodly. Goodly will verify it and then set up the contribution plan. This is definitely an area of growing interest for investors, because we're seeing lots of startups popping up in this area, like Tuition, like Future Fuel. So watch this space, because it is definitely heating up. For section 3 this week, I'm talking about a YouTuber called Lauren Riamaki, better known by her YouTube name, Law DIY. She's got over 8 million YouTube subscribers, and she specialises in DIYing everything, from clothing to accessories to home decor. At the moment, she's focusing on the back to school season. So if you look at her videos, she's doing things like her favourite stationery, back to school supplies, how to customise your backpack. She's built a massive community of followers called the Pretty Little Laws, which is based on the name of the TV show Pretty Little Liars. and most of her fan base is around the teenager mark to early 20s. But I think when I watch these YouTubers, how do they keep coming up with fresh ideas, fresh content, when they have to churn out content every single week, sometimes multiple times a week? Well, when asked where she gets her inspiration from, she says 3 main sources. Firstly, seasonal ideas. So like I said, right now she's focusing on the back to school season. Summer is the peak time for that. But when it comes to like Halloween, she'll use that, Christmas, and so forth. Second, she'll go onto websites like Anthropology, like Urban Outfitters. She'll see her favorite items from there, and then she'll go and try and recreate those at home using her own DIY style. Thirdly, and probably most importantly, she'll get inspiration directly from her fans. So she'll go into the YouTube comment section, Instagram comments, and she'll ask them what they want to see, and they suggest their own ideas, which she will then convert into next week's video. And on the subject of her Instagram, if you go onto it, you'll see that it perfectly communicates the kind of personality that she's trying to show. So she's trying to give off that bubbly personality, which is exactly what she's known for on YouTube, because there are so many DIY channels out there that she differentiates herself pretty much by making you feel like she's your best friend. Having said that, now she is focusing on different things. She's doing fewer DIY videos, and some of her fans are saying that she's kind of moved a bit too far away from what she was originally known for. And although I understand where this frustration is coming from, as creators get older, to get to different stages of their life, they're going to want to try new things. So I think this was always bound to happen. So that brings me to the end of this week's Warna Weekly, and I hope you found it valuable. I hope you learned about different brands, behaviours, and people that you might not have come across. I know I took a slightly different stance going for the back to school theme, but I thought it was timely given the UK in the last couple of weeks, all the exam results coming out, and most people now know whether they're going to university this year. If you like these weekly updates, you can follow me on LinkedIn, you can subscribe on YouTube, and you can leave any comments and questions below. And to any parents whose kids are getting their GCSE results this Thursday, good luck. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.